Where do we get the recursion? Does it happen after a while? How many frames per second are there? Where do we get the recursion? How many frames per second? Seems some things didn't get saved. It's alright though, right? Time to share the link one last time. I think 6 is a good number for a series. So here we go. If you liked or subscribed, here it is. Oh, you're looking at my music list. Yeah, let's look at a thing I liked from Legend of Korra instead. Oh, I better not give off the link to my live dashboard. No, I need to give off this link instead. And I need to copy this and put it here. Yeah. Someday I'll clean all this up. Sometime soon I'll actually have arranged art and planned scenes. Is this running the way that it should? Seems SMG is not running the way that it should. Seems like it might not be running at all. So we'll kick her into high gear and see what we can get done. Here we go, folks, into the night with Incomitatum. Thank you for sharing part of your stardust with me. The sand from your hourglass. Whoa, I'm almost sharing this to the wrong spot. Gotta drop it into all the social medias. How are we doing tonight, folks? There's nothing wrong with letting the intro play for a while. We got one person watching now, and it might be me, so I'm gonna pause that. Doon. What are we listening to? El Magica. Oh, there he is. There's a pretty boy. That's Mr. Amos from The Expanse. One of the other OCs. One of the other characters that I allow myself to take some stock in his well-being. I like Amos. I'm a big fan of Mr. Jack Rackham. Yeah. My wife would call Amos a broken boy. Let's go to the Pinterest. Let's look at some other pretty pictures a moment. Yeah, here's some of my end world ideas. Here's some of the pictures I pinned for Zyths. What the hell are we talking about tonight? Folks, where are you? Well, wherever you are, I hope you are well. I'm here. I'm quite well. This is Into the Night with Incomitatum. Into the Night with Incomitatum. That's right. Episode 6 is PostMortem and Taking Stock. Where are we? What are we doing here? Where does life find us? Well, you might hear the jingle bells of the studio pupper. I've got the studio open to the night air tonight. I have the Great Seal to the bunker open. I'm wearing Batman pajamas, a Ninja Turtles t-shirt. I'm noshing on some Golden Grams. Life is good. I think consistency is really important in marketing in your life. It's the pillar of discipline, right? To consistently do a thing. To figure out what your little rotes are and break them down and create larger ritual. I've had to do that for myself. Oh, wait a minute. We are in Exotica. Yeah, let's do a post-mortem on myself and some of my rituals. I have to eat a banana every day for my gut health. Exotica, yeah, so exotic. I use hot showers as a form of meditation. It's true. Kind of daily baptism as I zone out and listen to the pulse of the universe and go, what the fuck should I do with my life today? How do I create good while also not creating discourse and evil? How do I do the most good every day within this little playpen of reality that I can actually affect? Part of my post-mortem is realizing the pattern. I think what would be really good is if I took... Let me go to my YouTube over here and look at it. Be really good is if I came over and looked at my channel. I've been real consistent about so, yeah, here were our titles. Art and bullshit, storytelling and bullshit, the underworld, end world, magic and monsters. Oh, I've got to delete that one. Art and the arcane, magic and the end times, tonight, post-mortem and taking stock. Part of that taking stock is to see if I go and talk to Hot Mike, wink nudge. No, if I'm going to be on an open mic, how will that translate to showmanship? Can I hone my mind in an impromptu way and be semi-entertaining? What is my heart and soul and mind excited and feel like talking about, even if no one else is out there listening? And if you do a thing enough, maybe someone will notice, right? Just a moment while I nosh these Golden Grams. Someone told me that they couldn't pronounce, like they couldn't sound out that this word was scythes. Okay, so I'll help you out with that. What's this up here for? Just to give you some nice pictures to look at while I ramble. I will come back to it. It's fun, right? It dovetails with this document. you know, you can't open any more tabs if you don't actually have any more tabs. But see, part of doing a thing is creating a little bit of a plan and following through with it, and I'm a guy who is driven by lists. And so last night, after the show and before I passed out, I knew that the least I could do was to barf out a bunch of ideas into a bulleted list that kind of build up momentum on top of each other, and then some of these splats here. And in fact, I had another one. And I feel like it just got deleted somehow. It was called the heap. No, I need my menu. I need to go back through the... Maybe it's in Tools. Tools. Where are my revisions? I know they exist. Oh, they're right here. I hate that. Grr. Alright. Oh, this is all because it used to be a... different document. Bummer, dude. Well, I'll just have to rewrite it. Basically, the idea was... a psyker who died too young. So, let's get out of here. Copy some of this. Yeah, so the last thing I was talking about on the show was about psychers in a role-playing game. I decided I wasn't going to make this thing too long. Tomorrow I'm going to be on Twitch.
Sense. Game 1, all about the attention to the mid lane. Game 2, all about the attention to the top lane.
And you really have to look at Ning as well. I understand that, you know,
I should really bookmark his channel. Anyway, I'm going to be on the Wobbly Python Drawing Circus from 7 p.m. Mountain Time. And, yeah, I really hope that you'll come out and watch me. If you checked out one of my other streams this week, you could see how I art. And try and put that same focus and dedication to everything that I do, iterate on it, look at it from all sides, and hopefully sometimes we'll have the joy of being here together and you kind of being able to look over my shoulder while something grows. I haven't done 6 shows this week of various lengths. I think that it's cathartic, it's a good therapy for me to get on a hot mic and just vomit some ideas, especially mildly ringed in by episode titles. I think that I'm curious about having a Patreon for various reasons, and that I might like to use it to create a format of, you know, maybe I do some live streams, but then if I've got enough money and interest and attention, then every, you know, maybe I start once a month, I'll do a supercut of best moments. Or maybe I'll see, like is suggested by Dr. Richard Feynman. A lot of this is me vomiting out words to see if I understand the world around me properly. And so, yeah, there's a therapy in that. But then I can mine that, find the gems, lay those out in a nice order, and maybe even give an hour to 2 hour long structured presentation on a particular art or storytelling or role-playing or code topic. One of the next things I want to do, and then I might live stream some of next week, I have to create some WordPress websites from scratch. I've just been very much a diva about it recently and not iterating, making a theme and going, I hate this, and it's not me. So I need to sit down and plan a thing and maybe let you watch me do that. Show you how we make the sausage here at Geeks Worldwide. So that could be fun, right? Mobile first. Yeah, because I also, as I continue to build on InWorld, I need to get the Emberdon Games website back up. I need to get the Andrew Chase Design website back up. I want to redo the Geeks Worldwide website to have slightly better marketing language on it. Also, if I'm going to do much more art or writing live, I need to find, especially code. If I'm going to code live, then I'm definitely going to need some Creative Commons synthwave from someplace. Yeah, let's look up some Creative Commons synthwave. If we're going to be on a music website, maybe I should pause the main radio here. Let's find a kick-ass song. Well, this isn't going to go in the description, but it is right here, so. Summer Nights by Vira. This is Into the Night with Incomitatum. You're listening to Summer Nights by Vira. Yeah, you know, who inspires me? Richard Feynman, Jim Henson, Art Bell. Walt Disney. Because essentially, for all the sci-fi storytelling stuff I want to do, the direction I want to take this channel if it goes long term. At its core, you know, I have to decide what some of the overarching precepts are going to be if I take this farther. Good vibes, that's got to be part of it. I was thinking good vibes and safety, but safety is a hairy word, right? Would you trade safety for security? I might. If neither were an illusion to begin with, man. I don't know. It can be hard to figure out. I was talking to a magician just last night, talking about the power of the zeitgeist and tribalism and how that affects marketing. See, those are the kind of weird intersections that I want to talk about. I want to talk about being on the verge of maybe, you know, just starting a church or a 501c3 nonprofit for a group of like-minded individuals. Yeah, a bit of a tax shelter, but also with a little bit of a code of conduct and saying, you know, here's the new way, here's what we believe. No wild, sex-fueled, alien robot demon parties. No, none of that. It's actually just going to be pretty laid back. Some coffee, some tea, some good discussion, some figuring out what we believe. Rule number one, man. Kind of like dudism. Rule number one, man. Be good to each other. Yeah. Maybe that's another thing. In planning this, I see that, you know, I need hello again, Mr. Amos. We're gonna try this again. Does Adobe Illustrator not run when OBS is open? I think that's the conflict somehow. I'm nonplussed. Maybe I gotta start it first. It just takes forever. Looking at my left mirror, doing pretty good. Got a green up signal. Stream health is nominal. Gonna go to Google Drive and make a new drawing, apparently. It can be frustrating when the machines don't do as they are told. Uh-oh, Studio Puppers is whining. We might have to be right back for Studio Puppers. After these messages, Puppo. But yeah, essentially, do you plot on the lines or the gaps? And I like to plot on the lines. And so, you know, one of the things that that a show needs is it needs an outro. It needs some good outro music. You know, if this is to be properly produced, then these are the things that need to be considered. My wife said to me today, you know what you might do? You might what you might do is make some of your own music for your intro and outro segments and bumpers. And see, now we're using big words like segments and bumpers, and it's like, oh, okay, so yeah, I could do that. It would just require a little more planning. I don't have a team of Kevlar elves helping to put this thing together. I'm here by the help of the grace and will of my Creator. The fact that I know that in my heart someone will listen to this and that they will be in tune with my message of peace, love, and understanding. That there are other artists out there who love to open up their hearts and minds and tell stories, and learning that there's a math and a structure to that, and the universe. Oh, it's sad time. Let's make a new Be Right Back image. That's David Bowie. Oh no, he needs to go out. Puppy. Puppy. Let's do add image. Image 11. Browse it. Space Puppo. I'm gonna get you what you need. We're just gonna do it like this. Alright, folks. This is Be Right Back because of the Puppo. There we go, I can do this. You're from the kingdom of Ada. You're listening to Into the Night with Incomitatum. That's right, folks, this is episode number 6, Postmortem and Taking Stock. This is when we've done this for 6 episodes. And we look back and we draw a through line in the sand. It's always good to stop and look back at where you've been. That's an important skill to have. Postmortem is a word that should be on most everyone's lips. It's the ability to take stock of what happened and, you know, what's going on and what can you learn from it. I closed the door to the bunker because it was getting too cold in here. Out up underneath the stars. It's threatening to rain a couple times tonight. This tool has a certain allure to it, the ability to let me talk to you. I want you to know that I take that responsibility I don't take it lightly. So thank you. I'm going to say we're back for real. There we go. I haven't done 6 of these. I see that there's... The way that I chose to do these was okay. To just vomit some stuff out into the ether. To flail about and scream and say, this is my signal, this happened. That's a way of doing things. And there's some merit to it. There's some psychology for me. There's some therapy. There's some postmortem. There's looking back at it. Listening to it. Maybe setting them to private to where they can't be found, but listening and learning from this process. Sucking at something is the first step to being good at it, man. So, I guess what's the second step after is trying it, and then you look back and you're like, well, what did I mess up? None of this really would have been possible. I wouldn't have jumped into this pool so vigorously if I hadn't found a nice collection of Creative Commons music and a nice little plug-in, little app, SMG, to make VLC in a roundabout way talk to OBS so that I could share my songs that I've been playing. And I got that from... This shit has changed my life. Chilled cow. Synthwave, lo-fi, lounge, all sorts of live streams are happening. And they create a set and setting. And it's just really powerful to be able to talk to and over music. I wouldn't art to this without having music. It's damning to sit for 4 hours and draw something without any music, knowing that if I want there to be music, I've got to figure out some creative way of being able to talk to you but not route the music through the stream, so then you're bored because people love music, so over and over and over and over again. So I have a couple choices. I mean, this setup has been going all right. The other thing I can do, and will probably do in the future, as I have more shows and have a little more of a production value, is have some bumper music. I'm thinking about making GIFs or puppets or something interactive and branded and mine on the screen. It's part of why I did the manager this week. Part of the postmortem is looking back at that. I'm going to take a step away from the mic for just a second while that soaks in. Trying to nosh on these golden grounds before they go bad, and also let that seep in, because presently we have no viewers or watchers, no observers, which is fine. By setting a real low bar for myself, real low, I mean, you've seen, look, I needed to be able to get this ship off the ground consistently. By setting a real low bar and not caring if anybody saw and not putting any ego or self-esteem on it, it really was freeing. And I had some friends show up, some good friends who I know that if I asked them politely would support me in various endeavors. It's important to know who your tribe is and be able to call on them. It's also important to try and be inclusive and listen to others and invite them to be part of your tribe if they put forth the same amount of effort. Being present and being part of a tribe, you have to be around. Staying in someone's mind, their zeitgeist, the politics, the magic of marketing and branding. The cheat codes to the universe. Use your powers for good is ultimately what I'm saying. And that's what I want to do. I want to use this as a platform to talk about art, storytelling, code, creativity, branding, being your true self. Some of my comments on being a theist. Yeah, all sorts of stuff. Game design. Tomorrow at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, I'm going to be in the Wobbly Python Drawing Circus. I've got my draw pile installed. I might want to give that a test soon. Might want to see if I can drop into the Hangout. I wasn't sure if two devices could transmit at the same time. So yeah, 7 p.m. tomorrow. And yeah, hopefully next week my big goals: do a couple live streams while I code, draw some more pictures for Mephivelli's Myriad Motion, figure out the lore and backstory and website of that, work on some things for Endworld, make the new boilerplate for work for Geeks Worldwide for the sites that we want to do. I've started and scrapped it a few times because I'm just being a bit of a diva about it. I need to put my nose to the grindstone and, you know, maybe some of those bigger decisions I need to make out in the open. Gonna put some of my own artwork up in closing. Here's some of my newest, latest, bestest stuff. Stuff I've really poured my heart and soul into. Try and do your best every time, kids, unless you're purposefully, you know, doing something else like reps instead of something else. Yeah. Sometimes those are important. So, this has been a little bit of a post-mortem, letting you know how I'm going to move forward. What's my final verdict? I want to do more live streams. Not every night of the week. This was really just a sprint to see, you know, what could I do. And this was hard, but it was doable. I'd like a higher production value. I'd like a little bit of pre-planning. I'd like a little bit of a PowerPoint. I'd like to target a time of an hour or less for most events. For most incursions. What other stuff do they have that has this license? Categories. Synthwave. Bouncy synthwave. Free to use even for commercial purposes. Here's the video description. Hey! That finally opened up. Let's see where this goes. This is Diamond Ace featuring Nimbius. This is quite good. This is End of the Night. This has been End of the Night with Incomitatum, episode 006. A bit of a post-mortem, a bit of taking stock. I'm blessed that you would be here. This is proof that anything ever happened at all. Maybe I'll be found 100 years from now buffering in some satellite, who knows. Thank you for being here. I want you to go forth. Here's my prayer for you. Here's my will and my want, my spell in your direction. I want prosperity and happiness. I want peace of mind. I want you to be at peace. I want you to learn to breathe, sit up straight, remember to hydrate. What are my final words as I go into the night? This could be the last thing I ever say. The crux of it, the message, the whole book was written about. Be good to each other. Thank you all for being here. I want to let that go on while I set up the stream a little better. It's also fun and mysterious. Thanks again for being here. I'm supposed to say things like and subscribe, turn on notifications. I would love it if you did that, but you know, this has all just been a 6-day long test to see if I could. Could I master the tools, the processes? Could I learn the dogma? Could I ramble semi-coherently? Could I do it better with structure? Could I do it better with consistency and a showtime?